This is not a drill. This video is for you. It landed on your For You page for a reason. You read the title, and you clicked on it for a reason. So far, life has been tough. I get it. How can I get it? I haven't lived your life, haven't been in your shoes, but I have felt something that I think me and you have in common, which is pain, regret, shame, agony, misery. And though it's not binary and a continuum, I felt it to a degree that made me unmotivated in moments of my life. That prevented me from getting things done. I've existed in the unforeseeable future, anxious, and I've existed in the shameful, regrettable past. And I've also been blessed to be here in the present moment. Life has dealt you a really tough hand so far. If no one's told you, I'm proud of you for making it this far, because my gosh, how can a feeble little human like yourself go through those things and still have the guts to breathe? You may have wanted to just end it all. You may have even tried, but you still draw breath. So your fight isn't over. Don't mistake the end of a chapter for the end of a story. The story doesn't end until you stop drawing breath. Whatever you want in life, it's yours. Whatever you want to do, it will come. Whatever you dream, it's a dream for a reason. There's a reason you dream that, and no one else dreams that. Screw your family, screw your friends, screw the naysayers, screw the people that doubt you. And honestly, screw trying to prove them wrong. Because there comes a time when you just look in the mirror and you say, I don't give a damn about what they have to say about me, about what they think about me. I owe it to myself. I owe it to future me to see this thing through. It's been tough so far, huh? I know. There's moments where you didn't know if you were going to make it, right? I know. There are moments where you felt all alone, right? Where you didn't know if the world would ever understand, or if the world even cared to understand, right? Or you've been betrayed, right? Where you tried your best to be a good person and you were able to do a million things right, but the one thing you did wrong, that was the focus, right? Where you've lifted people up only for them to stand on you and push you down more, right? Years of heartache, moments of insanity, periods and seasons of misery. But yet you still decide to plant the seed. You just don't know how to nurture and cultivate the seed, but it's planted in your garden. And while you're just looking at the seed, wanting it to prosper and bloom, but it's not, and you're kind of stuck, like, why isn't it, right? Just staring at the dirt, the soil, like, what's going on? I planted it. But you haven't given it enough sunlight, enough water. You haven't put it in an environment where it can thrive, right? You look around and you see the world and you compare yourself to everything that you could have but don't, right? The most precious thing we have is a dream. At all costs, what I want you to do is I want you to grab that dream and try to bring it into reality. Squeeze every last drip of potential out of you. Whatever it means to be a human being, you have to really try to find out what that is for you. You have a gift, you have a talent, you have a story to share with the world. You're not done. And I'm so proud of you. You've made it so far. I can only imagine the world of pain that you felt. It's unbearable. But you're here now. You're here now, and it's not going to be another book that changes your life. It's not going to be another video or podcast. I think you know what you have to do. But you're so scared of everything going wrong if you just start. But fear is a mile wide and only an inch deep. When you look out, the waters are vast. They're scary, terrifying. But when you jump, your ankles aren't even wet. I know you're acknowledging, what if everything goes wrong? What if everything goes right? I know you're sitting there and you've been pondering and you've been perplexed with this idea of a better life, and you kind of know how to do it. The image is low resolution, but you have an idea of where to start. But you're just so scared. But it's because you're focusing on everything that can go wrong. What if you shifted that and looked over here and said, what if everything can go right? What if everything does go right? I know you've been in survival mode for a long time. I know you feel unfulfilled. I know you may need a little bit of hope. I can't sit here and tell you that it's going to be easy, but I can say it's going to be worth seeing through to the end. I can't sit here and lie to you and say that the journey is everything you want it to be. The journey isn't what you want it to be, because the journey shapes you. The journey doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you need, so that you are someone that's capable of the goal that you have, the dream that you dream. The journey shapes you to become the person that can grab that dream and say, this is my dream. The journey shapes you so that whatever you want to acquire, you can obtain it and it won't screw your life up. Yeah. Maybe it is time to leave your city. Maybe it is time to just stop spending time with those people that you know don't really serve you. Maybe it is time to be alone. Maybe it is. Because if not now, then when? And if not you, then who? Imagine your life as a documentary for the world to see. How beautiful. Don't be afraid to tell your story. You will get ridiculed and judged. It's okay. That shows that you stand for something. If you're here to inspire thousands, 500 will disagree and judge and ridicule and throw stones at you. The fact that people disagree, the fact that people hate you, indicate you're doing something right. That you're on a path that's probably meant for you. Because when you stand for something, you're going to have people that tear you down. Otherwise, you wouldn't stand for anything. Otherwise, you'd be just like the rest. I know you're smart enough to know where to start. And I also know that you're bombarded by a lot of options, which makes it hard to start. How should I start? There's thousands of ways to start. Yes, I know. There's thousands of ways to get things done, but there's one way to fail, which is do nothing. So if you can simply avoid doing nothing and just do something, you completely negate the possibility of failure. And remember that you never fail unless you give up. Defeat is only when you give up. But so long as you have the balls to try and the will to see it through and the strength to take the action and do the things that no one else would do, you'll get there. Maybe not in 6 months or a year, maybe not in 2 or 3 years, but guaranteed you will get there in 5 or 10. So play the game long, because you'll get there in 10 years or 5 years. And if in the case that you don't get to live to see 5 or 10 years, it means nothing anyways. And at least you can die knowing that you tried, that you took the leap, that in moments where you were afraid, you still did it. Courage is not lack of fear. Courage is fear. But despite fear, I will. That's what courage is. That's what it means to be courageous. People that are courageous don't just magically have no fear. People that are courageous are terrified. But they still say, I'm going to do it. You have a whole life ahead of you. I mean, don't be so tough on yourself either. You can literally do everything wrong for the next 5 years and still have time to figure it out. You can literally make mistakes for the next 5, 10 years and you'll still be okay. That's the beautiful thing, is that we have time. That's what makes life so valuable to a degree. We don't know when our time's going to come, which makes every day so thrilling. How much more can we do? How much more can we see before our time ends and that clock stops ticking? The world is vast. We're so small. Don't let that discourage you. Let that empower you. Because if you can make a difference and an impact, despite just being a speck of dust on this great vast rock, maybe you're destined for something. Life has a plan for you. Let it take you where you belong. Don't try to intervene too much, because you'll just make the journey more difficult. You have to trust that life knows what's best for you. You are not the best judge of what's best for you, but you are the best judge of what you want. So have the desire of what you want, but let life move you and be water. Flow with the current. Don't fight the current. Flow with it. Be moldable, adaptable. Doesn't mean you let go of your desires. Keep it there and say, no matter what direction life takes me, I trust that it will lead me here because I have the desire for a reason. I have the dream for a reason. Something great's going to happen in your life. You've been living in this cycle, doing the same things, and you try to fight it, and you fight it for a little, and then you fall victim to it, and you get weak, and you fight it again, and you fall, and it's this repetitive cycle because there's a lesson you haven't learned yet. Learn the lesson. Take time to reflect. Sit outside in the sun. Stop doing everything. Stop with the phone. Listen to the birds. Let the sun hit you, and just think. What lesson do I have to learn? You're this close to a breakthrough. It's there. But you have to do. And you know what you have to do. If you want to get in shape, you have to try. You have to move. If you want to become financially stable, you have to learn. You have to execute. If you want to be a better speaker, you have to practice. If you want to show the world your art, you have to practice your art and have the courage to show the world. If you want to influence, you have to influence yourself to become a leader. You have to act and behave like one, move like one, speak like one. Your story is going to be a story that goes down, that people will remember, but you have to have the balls to just try. Because when you tell that story of yours, you will inspire people, I promise. This is not because I've read it somewhere. It's not because I've studied it somewhere. I've seen it in my life. Moments where I thought no one would give a damn about my story, you guys did. So I'm here and I make videos. And no matter where this takes me, at least I can look back on it one day like, damn, I remember those moments. The world is yours. Grab it. But it doesn't revolve around you. You revolve around the world, but it's here for you. It's so easy to do it nowadays because there are so many people that won't. So it's so easy to win. So easy to just be better, be above average because there are so many people that are average. Don't be like them. Be the first person in the family to break the chains. Be the first person in your bloodline, in your lineage, to go down in history and take the risk no one would have taken. Shoot in the dark, jump in the waters. You made it this far for a reason. It's been this hard for a reason. Don't think it was for nothing. It was to teach you that you've survived dark times and you can survive more. So jump. Don't wait until you're on your deathbed looking back at your life wishing you would have just done more. It would be too late by then. Attack. Full force. And do it for future you, your future wife or husband, your future family, your future children. Do it for them. If not for you, then for them. You owe it to them. And you also owe it to you. Failure and success are the same path. Failure is just a sooner exit. Will you be the one that keeps driving? Or will you be the one that says, I'm sick of driving, I'm just going to exit? You've opened the door already. It's there looking at you, telling you to come on. It's taunting you. Will you say, bring it on? Or will you say, you're right, I probably won't attack you, you're kind of scary. You have a stack of evidence that you have what it takes to survive difficult times. Look back on your life. It's been so tough. Remember those years when you were younger? Remember those moments you were all alone? When you had no money, when you had no helping hand? When you didn't have a wall to fall back on? And you fell flat on your back with no one to catch you? Yet you made it to this moment. You're a survivor. But beyond that, you're a fighter. So keep fighting the good fight. Keep crushing it. And if you fall, you can get back up. Don't stay there on your knees now. I know it's tough. I know the strength and the courage you have to sum up to get back on your knees is tough, because then what if you fall again? But get up for you. Don't climb the mountain to get to the peak. The real mountain has no peak. And winners just love the climb. Love the climb. Fall in love with the journey and the process. It builds you, it molds you. Feel the emotions, the pain, the anger, the agony, the misery, the joy, the laughter. Feel it. These are moments that you're going to look back on, and you're going to die for these moments. You would just love to feel these moments. 2 years ago, last year were my hardest years, and I look back now and I get a breath of fresh air, and I almost want to revisit those moments because I made it. You will too. There's a lot of ways to win. There's a lot of ways to do whatever it is you want to do. Just choose one. But there's only one way to fail, which is do nothing. So avoid that at all costs. Look in the mirror and say, I've been through enough. I'm in control now. I'm going to take life by the neck and say, let's go. I'm driving now. Life will take care of you. Life will give you direction, but you have to have the courage to drive despite not seeing what's in front of you. Trust that life will get you there in one piece, and just hold the steering wheel straight. That's all you have to do. Hold the steering wheel straight. No matter how bumpy, no matter if you hit potholes and you want to turn and swerve, hold it straight. Life will take you there. You're going to win. Not now, but later. So play the game for later. Do everything for later. How bad do you want to just discover what it means to be alive again, to be human again? How bad do you want to make future you and little you proud? Do you feel the fire burning inside you? It's not dead, it just needs a little bit of gasoline. It's almost out. It's living on a prayer. I get it. Been going off a damn prayer and hope. What you don't realize is that you have so much strength. If you didn't, you would have died already. If you didn't have this strength, you would have given up already. But you draw breath. And that's all the reason you need to fight. To keep going. Onward. Ahead. No matter what. Let's go. Don't be another story of a dream that was let go of. Don't grow old and say, I used to dream too. Grow old and inspire people and say, yeah, I did dream. And here's the result of me never letting go of that dream. Don't be another story of someone that dreamt and just couldn't make it happen. There's so many of those stories already. Don't add more to the body of pain. Add to the body of hope and inspiration. The world needs it, and you're going to be the one that gives it to the world. But you have to have the courage to try, despite the negative feedback, despite the possibility of things going wrong. Just try. You hear me? It's not over yet. Not for you. Not yet. Everything will be okay. You will take care of the people that you care about. You will be the person that you've always wanted to be. Starts right here. Right now. The pain of staying the same has to outweigh the pain of change. When it gets hard, just tell yourself, this is a story that I will one day tell. When it gets extremely miserable and tough, love it more. Instead of poor you, say, I feel bad for anyone else that feels this because they won't survive it, but I will. You have to bring that you in the future into the present moment. Grip that dream, pull it into reality. Take your potential, squeeze it, drain every bit of it out so that you can see what you're made of. It's a great big world out here, and the sky's the limit for you. To all my broken people that need hope, the lost ones, the hurt, the neglected, the judged, the ridiculed, the ones that do good, the ones that have been done wrong, the dreamers, the ones that have fallen to their knees, the ones that are just too damn tired and they need a break because it's been freaking tough. Me too. And that's why you're gonna win. Because look at you. You're still here. Don't get too motivated now. You might just end up manifesting your dream life. Don't become too ambitious now. You might just do everything you said you were gonna do. Meet me at the top and love the climb, not the view, because the view from the climb is better than the view from the peak. And the real mountain has no peak. People want what you want, and people want what you have, but they'll never want what it took to get there. But you carried that bag, you picked it up, you lifted the stone, you pushed it up the hill. Way to go. Don't take action now. You might just become better than the version of you yesterday. Keep winning. Don't forget, this was not a mistake. Thanks for watching the video. Thanks for listening. You deserve it. You've earned it. And you needed the reminder. We all do. Snap back into it. Wake up. Don't forget. See the dream. Don't let go. Not yet. Not now. Just another day. One last fight. Turn the page. Get ready for the new chapter. Become the best version of yourself. Crush it. Crush it. Because if not you, then who?